Youth activists from Africa says anti-corruption needs to be included in schooling curriculums on the continent so that children are taught good ethics from an early age. The activists are representing Africa at this year's annual Youth Forum hosted by the UN's Economic and Social Council in New York.
It's an annual gathering of youth leaders from around the world, a group of media-savvy millennials engaged in discussion on how best to advance the post-2015 agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. The Africa group chose to focus on corruption.
We have to agree and stop living in a cloud of denial that corruption is not a serious challenge in Africa and something that has impeded our progress and development over the past decades, because for you to look forward more futuristically on how to overcome the challenge that you have to admit that it's indeed a problem.
This position expressed just days after the African Union Heads of State Summit in Ethiopia resolved to place corruption at the center of its agenda.
One of the things that came out prominently was that young people felt that there isn't sufficient political will and commitment to winning the fight against corruption in Africa. Why? Because many of our countries signed the human rights declarations, conventions, and all these great treaties that are presented by the African Union and the United Nations. But when they go back home, there isn't proper implementation, there isn't enforcement. There are also not mechanisms of accountability for those human rights treaties.
Globally, the population of young people stands at almost 2 billion, and according to the UN, offers immense potential and considerable challenges, including unemployment and those who find themselves in extreme poverty.
Young people also committed to using modern and advanced technology to empower ourselves, because we said that there is a serious problem of many young people today who are ignorant by choice, because we don't seem to take interest in empowering ourselves about anti-corruption rules and regulations or declarations that are there, or any national importance processes that happen in our country. So we challenge each and every one of us to also go back and report back to our constituents, because accountability is not just to our governments, it's also to us as young people gathered here.
Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.